to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Razabane IFL TV proudly sponsored by Everlast. Johnny Nelson, language, my friend, today.
What do you mean? I'm not. You know what? I've stopped swearing. I have stopped swearing. It's not down too well. See, that Jackie Ambrose is gone. He's a proper don. All right. Show him later.
You can learn a few things from Ambrose
That's
Mendy.
right. I don't mind. He's a fountain of knowledge.
Real knowledge.
Are you trying to dismiss something?
Take that as you want, my friend.
Go on, what's your backlash from yesterday's interview? Come on.
No. We've just had the weigh-in. Rocky Fielding obviously cannot now fight for the British title. He's not going to lose any more weight. So the title's only on the line for Dan Aziz.
Yes, I think that alone, that decision not to shed that last pound, to me shows me his desire. My question has always been, what is Rocky Fielding's desire at this stage in his career? That's what tells us how this fight will go. Him saying I'm dropping away tells me that, you know what, mentally he's not as invested in it as what he should be as a fighter that's got aspirations to do something else.
Chris Billam-Smith, he's told me that, I've known for a while, he's told me a long time ago he's dreamed about fighting in his home city. When he was with Matchroom, it didn't happen, and Boxer have now given him 2 opportunities, and the third one potentially could be a world title at the football stadium. Yeah. So why were Boxer able to deliver and not Matchroom? Why didn't Matchroom Eddie Hearn want to come to Bournemouth?
You know what, I don't know the business. I don't know why they wouldn't do it, because when we were here in the summer, it was wicked. It was mad. We're a week before Christmas, so fans that are rushing for this are ridiculous. So I think, listen, for Billam-Smith to make such a big move in his career, he ain't going to make a mistake now. I think Matchroom, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. I don't know, but their loss is Boxer and Sky's game.
We look forward to a great night of boxing tomorrow night. Johnny, couple of questions I didn't get time to ask you yesterday. We saw obviously Derek Chisora and Tyson Fury. Chisora took a lot of punishment. Eddie Hearn said, look, it's very unlikely that we'll work with him again. Frank Warren did an interview.
Let me just say something. Yes, I am going to say it, and I thought about it yesterday. So when we were in Saudi, a couple of things that I got pulled on and I got abused for from Nuffman. One was the Derek Chisora comment. And I said, Derek, you know what? Walk away, man. You don't need to be. Derek was upset, saying, Johnny, fuck you, whatever. And people say, no, Derek's disrespected Johnny, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, no, it's come from a place of love. My next fight, I understand what I'm talking about. Derek now fights Tyson Fury. Everybody's saying he should retire. The same thing I said before the fight, because you're saying out of a good place. Anthony Joshua. I said, Anthony Joshua, you know what? AJ if AJ lost the fight, I think he'll find it very hard to motivate himself and give himself a drive to fight on, and that's where the problem is, because he's been at the top of his game for 7 years. So now he knows there's a man out there that can beat him as in Usyk. He doesn't know if Tyson Fury can beat him. He doesn't know if Wilder can beat him. But when you're a champion, you think like a champion. You believe you're the best fighter in the world. You've got purpose. And all of a sudden, when you think, oh God, I'm not, it knocks your confidence. And I said, so I think he'll struggle to decide what he wants to do. If he does retire, you man blew it up and said Nelson said AJ should retire, and I never said that. Now AJ's at a crossroad now where he's going to different trainers. He's potentially might fight next month, this month, whatever month. Then he said I might take a year off. I think he should take a year off. I think he should sit back, reset, spend time at many gyms, train him, submerge himself in it, to feel comfortable in it, and to say, right, you know what, now I've reset, now I can do this.
But is it good for a fighter to take a year out of the game at that age? I know he's been boxing since.
But look at what he's achieved. He started boxing at 18 years old. So he's achieved ridiculously good things. So he's still broken. He's still not over. He's still not over the 2 losses from Usyk. He's still got to get out. He's still got to get his strength back, get his belief back. Because believe it or not, remember Nigel Benn when he boxed Steve Collins. Before that, nobody would ever believe Nigel Benn would have quit partway through a fight. Because when the fight's gone in you, it's gone. And you just say, nah, man, none of this is worth it. AJ, I can't speak for him personally, but from the outside looking in, he needs to reset. He needs to think, you know what, I need to be back here again. His motivation to fight needs to be for the right reason, because it's not for the dollars. He's got more money than you and I will ever spend. So he's got to do this because he wants to do this, because he has a purpose to do this. He just don't want to make up the numbers. And so these are the two things that I got pulled on out there. These are the two things that are coming into play right now. But nobody's saying nothing. You know, it wasn't a diss. It wasn't trying to undermine someone. It was me saying, look, you know, let's just calm down here. Derek's going out there entertaining everybody, but getting his head smashed in. You know, to the point where even the fans are thinking, oh God. AJ's lost 2 fights on the bounce. Now he's got to sit back and think, you know what? I've got to make the right decision. He needs to fight from the head, not the heart. Because if he fights from the heart, he's fighting for the wrong reason. At the wrong time, he realised, I don't want none of this. So he's doing the right thing, going and training with different people, going and getting experience in gyms and finding his way, finding comfort. You know, because I'm quite sure he will have considered walking away from it because of the stick he gets, the negativity he gets, the motivation he's knocked a little bit. So I think both fighters have got to look at the bigger picture. Don't make the headline Johnny Nelson said AJ should retire. You know, what I'm saying is AJ needs to have a rest his mind, rest his body from competitive boxing to actually just to go about gyms, do what he's doing now. It's the best. He'll submerge himself in boxing, in gyms, in dirty little stinky gyms all over the place, sparring with different people. You know, to give himself that real confidence boost back to say, I can do this. Because right now, you can't tell me his confidence is still sky high because he's been turned over twice on the trot. And that's from being champion, and it burns a champion when he's been up there and he's got to go down there again. You know, so to me, that's my little rant over.
Johnny, as a fighter, what is it that tells your body, I'm done, I'm out? We've seen Ricky Hatton in the past come back, right? We've seen Kell Brook, your guy, Kell Brook recently.
The hard times. So when you walk away from it, you miss it. You miss the discipline, you miss everything about it. And when you miss everything about it, what happens is you think, nah, I can do this again. And it's when training gets hard, you get aches and pains, you have a bad day in sparring, you hurt your elbow, your arm, whatever, you're gassed out, and you think, why? And you've got to drag yourself up again. That's when you think, is it worth it? Especially when you're going back to a big house, big heart side, you don't need to do it for the finances. You're doing it for the love. So that true love comes then, when you can push yourself through that stuff to do it then. And that's when it's time, when you make that decision to say, nah, you know, I ain't doing it. I can't be bothered. That's when it's time to walk away.
So should Derek Chisora retire? Should he walk away?
Yes, he should. I ain't changed my opinion from Saudi. It's not. I ain't saying nothing behind his back, because it's a conversation I'll have to his face. But he's a warrior. He wants to fight. That's what he does. He's a fighting man. But and again, the person that looked out for him most in that fight was Tyson Fury. Don is a friend of Derek as well as his coach. He looks out for him. He cares for him. So therefore, he'd have been confident in thinking, I know what he's capable of doing. I know what he's capable of doing. Tyson Fury, he's had so much time out, and look how he played with him, like a cat with a mouse. Now that's a hard thing to accept as a fighter. But you know, for Derek, he's got to think, I've got to get my head around this. What else do I do? Where else do I go? This is the bug of fighting. This is the drug of being a boxer. So it's just, I stick to it. I don't change it at all. It's coming from a good place, and that's just my point of it.
Okay, Joe Nelson, Friday at Bournemouth. What's the plans?
I'm feeding you. We get some. Yeah, you got to take that Wild Hydrate top off though.
Everlast, mate, everlast. Johnny Nelson, IFL TV. Thank you very much.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.